Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Dealing with problem statements in Smart India Hackathon involves a combination of technical skills, problem solving abilities, and effective teamwork. In this program, we try to understand how the past winners of Hackathon would deal with the problem statements this year if they were to handle those. Today, we will discuss the problem statement number 1502, which is blended learning to overcome inadequate infrastructure. And to talk to us about it, we have with us Srinidhi. Welcome to the show, Srinidhi.
Hi, good morning everyone.
Hi. So, Srinidhi, to begin with, tell us something about yourself. Where do you come from? What do you do? What are you doing right now?
I'm Pasnuri Srinidhi. Currently, I'm pursuing my BTech fourth year in the stream of Computer Science and Engineering at Keshav Memorial Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. And currently, I'm doing my internship at GE Digital as a digital technology intern.
Okay, Srinidhi, that was nice to know something about you. Now, can we have your experience that you had in the past year's Smart India Hackathon that you went on to win? How was that entire, atmosphere? How did you, go about not only participating but winning it? Tell us something about your experience last year's.
The experience was very interesting and excellent. Uh, the atmosphere at the hackathon was very challenging. We have a group of 6 people, and we need to implement the whole idea in 48 hours. Uh, the experience was very good, and the environment was the environment is a little bit tense, but finally we were able to solve the problem statement, and finally I would like to say that it was a good experience.
Right. Good to know that you had a pleasant experience last time around. And I'm sure people this time around are also going to have some wonderful experience. So, Srinidhi, let's start talking about the problem statement that you've chosen to discuss today, which is 1502, which people this time around would be tackling. Lots of them will be tackling this particular problem. So, had you been there, how would you have dealt with it?
Okay, if I'm given with this problem statement ID 1502, which is a blender learning to overcome inadequate infrastructure, we all know that in traditional classrooms, teachers often face challenges due to large size classes, leading to lack of individual attention and tailored support. And recognizing the critical need for personalized learning, we can implement the blended learning concept that combines face-to-face teaching with online learning for a dynamic and personalized experience. So for that, we can implement a website with 3 separate logins for teacher and also for students. If the student is specially able, we can also create a separate login page for all caretakers also. And we can include the features like assignments, exams, progress tracker, motivational quotes, and notifications. And also, we can include fun activities like online games in order to enhance their skills.
Okay, so this is about the kind of package that you would offer. Before that, there is a very important stage which is the team formation. So, would you guide us about had you been there, what kind of team would have been there? I mean, who all would you include in the team, and what kind of a role allocation will be there for this particular statement?
Yeah. Firstly, in order to form a team, we need to choose members like one with good communication and presentation skills in order to present their ideas, and also the people who are going to take responsibility, and a clear cut communication between all the team members, and also one who is more interested with technology stack.
So, when it comes to technology, what kind of team members would you like to have in terms of their expertise?
Yeah, when it comes to technology stack, we need to include team members like one who is good at front end, other who is good at back end, and the one who is good at database. Like database involves collecting of data, pre-processing that. So we need to include the team members from all the technologies. Like you need to integrate front end, back end. So coming to team members, you need to choose the team members wisely, like who are good at different technology stacks.
Right, of course. I mean, a wise, approach for team building is definitely required. So now coming on to the preparation part, in terms of research or preparation, I mean, how will you start? From where will you start?
Firstly, we can take the resource from internet. That is the first thing one can do. And secondly, we need to go for, like, coming to these problem statement 1502, blending learning to overcome inadequate infrastructure. We need to go to some schools and, like, ask the teachers and students what are the challenges facing. We can inquire from them and collect the ideas, like if they are in the same situation, how they are going to implement that. So firstly is collecting source from internet, and secondly is going to the schools and collecting information, like what challenges are they facing. Like I think these two are the resources where we can prepare for this particular problem statement.
Okay, so now in terms of working on the statement, see, usually what happens is a lot of work is done beforehand. I mean, when you reach the venue of the hackathon, a small portion of work or maybe half the work is left to be done. So a lot of groundwork is covered much before. So how much of it will you cover before reaching the hackathon venue, and how much will you do it at the venue itself?
So I think we can complete it by 70%, like gathering the information, what all the challenges are they facing, collecting information from different resources, getting complete idea of what we are gonna implement in that particular idea.
Okay, so what all will you leave for the last 36 hours of hackathon when you are actually there in the competition? What all do you think should happen there?
Mostly the preparation, like collecting the ideas and gathering the data should happen before the hackathon. And during the 36 hours of hackathon, firstly you need to implement the idea in that particular 36 hours itself. Like you need to start the main part of the coding itself.
So there on the hackathon venue, how will you distribute the work among your team members, right?
As there are 6 people in the team, we need to divide work among ourselves. Firstly, as every project involves like two different phases, like front end and back end, and I would think like for 2 people we need to assign for front end, for 2 people we need to give it for back end, and for 2 people collecting the information, gathering the resources and all, like side work. And also everybody should be aware of the presentation, how we are gonna present your ideas to the team, like how we are going to present it to a bunch of directors who are going to evaluate your idea.
Okay, so now coming to the evaluation part, there is a lot that happens during that period of time. A lot of changes might occur. They might object to certain things. They might propose you certain newer things. So a lot can change. So how do you deal with those changes, or those new ideas coming in, or old ideas being rejected? So how do you deal with all that?
Firstly, we need to sit with our team members and discuss what is what. Like this is the change we need to make. And finally, after discussing with all our team members, and we need to conclude, and we need to get to an idea, like we are going to implement these changes and we need to modify the change. First thing we can do is discussing the change with the team members and dealing with the modification part, and finally implementing the change in our code.
Okay, so Srinidhi, one piece of advice or some tricks and tips that you might want to share with the students or the participants for the upcoming hackathon, what would those be? What should they be doing which can make them stand apart or make them maybe win the competition?
Firstly, we need to be prepared with the problem statement. and steps to implement the problem statement. Third is don't be tensed, sit calm and think peacefully. Don't be tensed. Be confident what you are going to tell that to your judges. And finally, implement the idea. That's all I can say.
Okay. Right, Srinidhi, thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm sure the inputs that you shared with us will be of benefit to all our viewers, and they would like to, make use of all of those. Thank you so much for your time, and wish you all the best for all your future endeavors. Thank you so much, Srinidhi.
Thank you. It was great interacting with you.
Same here. Same here. Smart India Hackathon is not only about solving problems, but also about learning and collaboration. Approaching the challenges with positive mindset, be open to feedback, and enjoy the learning experience that comes with participating in such hackathon. Good luck.